Today, we're going to talk about brain fog. Has it ever happened to you? You're talking to somebody really important, you're in the middle of your sentence, you're presenting to your team, perhaps. You just can't remember that word that you need to say. It's at the tip of your tongue, but it just doesn't come out. The scary part of all of that is your mind starts to think, is there something wrong with me? Am I getting an early onset of dementia or something? I want to tell you, ladies, I gotcha. Today, we're going to explore 3 tips on what to do if you're having that moment. I want to answer that question directly. No, there's nothing wrong with you. In perimenopause, this is normal. And I think that you actually deserve to know and understand your own body and mind what's going on. Brain fog is one of those things that women explain to me that they're most scared of, even more than hot flashes or insomnia, because it really has to do with the question, am I losing my mind? Especially for somebody who's built their career, their sense of self, their identity, and everything else that they do, being a quick decision maker, being spontaneous, showing up. And now it feels like someone just pulled that carpet from underneath your feet and you feel ungrounded. That feeling of out of control is not an early onset of dementia, and you are not losing your mind. Obviously, the thought goes there first. But let's explore what's really happening. You see, your brain is operating on a different kind of fuel right now. And when you can understand what's happening, it becomes so much less frightening. So let's get right into it. The first piece is your hormonal piece. Estrogen is just not a reproductive hormone. It plays a role in the brain. It is tied to your working memory and that retrieval process when you need that word. As estrogen fluctuates and declines, there's something else happening in the body. Your body is trying to readjust. The good news is this transition is not a permanent decline. I'm going to talk about this piece that almost nobody explains to you. Your brain fog is also a nervous system issue. It is just not a hormonal issue. Think about it. When you're speaking your words, you're in control. Word retrieval requires a calm nervous system in order to access that information smoothly. The more you are on high alert, high stress, underslept, overstimulated, the more your brain prioritizes scanning for threat instead of this smooth retrieval word process. You're not forgetting the word. Your nervous system in that moment is more interested in bringing you safety and trying to protect you more than surviving just that meeting and retrieving a word. That's a survival mode brain operating in the worst possible moment. And here's where Ayurveda adds something really useful for you. Clarity of the mind, it needs steadiness, a stillness from within that you can recognize and recall anytime. When there's too much movement and restlessness in the system, the nervous system, there's too much stimulation, not enough rest. Your own thoughts have a hard time holding on to what was just said or done, and the next is harder to land into. It's not that your mind has gotten weaker, it's just that it's searching for that stillness, that space that you're in control and you can access those words from within. But the body's on overdrive. There's so much happening internally that you need to slow down and ground yourself. But of course, in a moment when you're standing in front of people or when you're meeting somebody really important, that's not possible in that moment. So, hormones, it shifts the terrain. And when you bring stress and the nervous system together, it is all overstimulated. When you bring stress and nervous system activation together, that determines how rough the terrain will be and how you're going to feel. And none of this means something's wrong with you. Let's talk about what you can do with this. So, here are the 3 tips. The first is when that word gets lost, don't chase it. Chasing it is visibly searching. It causes a little bit of a panic and it sends more alert signals out to your nervous system. Instead, pause, take a deep breath, and just say, let me rephrase that. Or you can just continue with a different word. I can guarantee you that nobody in the room is tracking exactly where you are. Only you know where you are. The only thing that's going to draw attention to you is a panicked scramble. So you can eliminate that. The second is a memory bridge. You need about 3 to 5 words that you have in your toolkit. These words or phrases, you can always have them and you can glance at it if you need a little note. Don't think of this as a crutch or something. These words are only there to help you get anchored. The third is a root cause piece, most essential. Take a look at the baseline of what's feeding your nervous system. Is it dehydration? Is it insomnia, broken sleep? You didn't sleep well last night? Is it blood sugar? All of these can put you on high alert and makes looking for words much harder. This is exactly the kind of foundational work that I cover. It's not because there's a quick fix for brain fog, but because calming that baseline helps you to understand how often brain fog can happen. It puts you in the driver's seat and now you are in control. Here's the thing. If your nervous system feels like it's scattered and it's restless, that's one kind of a nervous system pattern. If it runs hot, irritated, and frustrated, oftentimes very reactive, that's another pattern. And if it feels very heavy and foggy, like you just can't figure things out, that's another kind of a pattern. They all look different, and there are different kinds of fixes for all of them. First, you have to understand who you are. This is exactly why I have a dosha quiz. Doshas are mind body types in Ayurveda, and we call it here a nervous system pattern quiz. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to complete, and it will tell you exactly what kind of a pattern you are running. This is wonderful because it's not just generic advice that's one size fits all, but you can look at specifically what's happening to you. So go ahead and take that free quiz that is down below in the link. If you've been quietly thinking that losing a word means you're losing yourself, I want you to leave this video with one thing. You are not declining, you are transitioning. And transitions with the right support helps you pass through them with love and compassion for yourself. So take the free dosha quiz. It is down below in the link. And this is the most useful step I can give you right now. I'll see you in the next video, Tuesday and Friday, every week.